Would you look at that? The cat box is in the window.
Cool.
I don't know. I don't get this. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. What we got? Trains. We got you collecting. You make some metals. And then do that. And yes. Fine. Yes. 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 Just didn't want to make any nails. Bug.
Much better, I guess.
Ugh. My hair is a trifling mess. Do I need to clean that? Are you lucky? What's up, Alejandro? I'm gonna clean the camera a second. Might just be the crappy weather we have. The cloud is causing fuzziness because it's like bright over there, dark over there. It's the thunderstorms. That's how it works. That's how the Netherlands do. Really? What side of the ball on? Offense, defense? Both, perhaps? What's up? We're just going to call you LJ. I mean, I could go with LJ, but that's going to get... It's going to be an interesting thing. Phone is at 38%. We need to talk about some foosball. Or some, what are you doing? Whatever. Think I need to talk to my doctor about my shoulder. It feels weird. That felt weird. Why did you feel weird? What are you doing? Stop that. Thank you, Alejandro. Yeah, I'm got the Q&A coming up tomorrow. Gonna pop that camera up on the computer top there and record it. I'll probably, if I get a fair number of questions on here, I'll remember them for tomorrow and I'll answer them. Folks on the live streams are asking this question, yada yada. Team Rocket Balloon! Pop pop. Ugh. Looking shirt. Feel like I'm losing too much weight. Had a comment that said if I could do a suit up video for the home and away. I'm like, that's like 2 whole videos, bro. I mean, I could, but I have to get a hold of the equipment manager because, as I said in the comment, I don't actually own the uniform, so I'd have to borrow them from the club to record videos. I mean, I can make them public at different times, but that's what you're gonna do, bro? You're gonna throw rock Pokemon at me? Well, that's it. These grunts are stupid. They throw the dumbest Pokemon at you. Bonus challenge, catch time. Ugh. So much pineapple. So much pineapple. Jesus. Did I have any food? Did I bring any food home? No. I was going to wait for dinner, right? I don't have any. I feel like I'm hungry, but I already had a protein shake. The hell are you talking about? Radio 538. Weer of geen weer? Oh. The live stream, share the live stream, like the live stream, share the live stream, do. I should share it out. Make sure everybody knows what is going on. Do the Facebook and do the Twitter. Let's chat before football season. Sure. Post to Facebook. Yeah, sure. Post to Facebook. Blah. Bam. Sent both of those out. Awesome. I did not have my hand turned correctly. Screenshot is so bad. Dirt. 32. Yeah, we'll just wait. Should I strike up a game? You guys won't be able to see it. It'll just keep me entertained. Whole left arm just feels weird. Should I play Rata? We can do Rata. Yeah, I can't tweak anything here. Expand menu. Stream, webcam, manage. Yeah, I can't do anything about this. Top chat, edit. Who can send messages? Anybody can send. Oh, there's slow mode. Oh. Okay, so this is just the visibility and the time. Oh, that's if I want to schedule. I should start scheduling these so people know when it's going to happen. I'm going to always do that Friday morning, Saturday morning. Nope. Just does not have any paid promotions. For the Dope Show? Yeah. Marilyn Manson song. We're all playing. Have you heard that song? Dope Show? Yeah, for a shout out. Now you're like the only person in the chat talking. I really want to listen to that damn song. Actually, I don't know if I can play that song on stream. It's a little raunchy. I'll listen to it later. Seat's a little low. Yes, evening. Zachary. Zachary. Sorry. I'm a little out of it right now because yeah. Star Trek? Star Trek? No, that'll keep me up way too much. Do well. No, I was making a joke off the planet in Star Trek 5 called Shakari, and you are Zachary. They'd probably look at your name and they'd probably pronounce it Zachary. Zachary. Because they have a K, so CH being a K is not too terribly different, even though CH is more of a breathed K. Zachary. But they probably just say Zachary, which is like Zakery, Zachary. Something like that. Zachary. They may actually flip the R if they do a little bit harder R, so it might be like Zachary. Like they roll it a little bit. Ri. Broja. Ri.
Zachary.
Zachary. Yeah, that's what I thought. Zachary. It turned out I typed your name into Google Translate under Dutch and they just had to pronounce it. Zachary. The actual way the letters are pronounced in your last name or in your first name are Zachary is what it would be. Antle, whatever. Antle. Why would you have never guessed that? Because you're obsessed with the Nordics? You have a history of going back to the Nordics? What's up, PRC? I mean, I know people who have history going back into other areas and they have like Smith, Baker, because, you know, somebody, because of the whole patriarchal last name the United States tends to use, doesn't necessarily mean anything. Like if your dad is the half German, your mom's full German, and your dad is other half Norwegian, you could have Bjorn as your last name. Okay, that's actually kind of a German name too. But regardless, you're going to have his last name, even though he has a Swedish last name, even though you're mostly German. Like that, last names aren't necessarily indicative of anything. I do when I'm at the gym. I don't really watch it here because I don't really care for the BBC, and listening and watching in Dutch is awkward. My trying to turn on subtitles on our TV is a bit weird, and then listening in Dutch is weird to begin with. I mean, watching the events without having any commentary is awkward. When it's American football, I can do it. Like when I'm at the bar and they're like, "Do you need the commentary?" I'm like, "No, I know what's happening in the game." But sometimes I don't know what's going on in said Olympic in events. So I need to have like what's going on or the history of the person or how did they do through the qualifying or something like that. That sounds like German name or work to me. But apparently it came from the French region Ancetteville. Sure. Probably. I mean, I'm keeping track of the Netherlands medals. I saw a really, 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 really dark humor joke about the Olympics in the United States. There are 3 shooting events in the Olympics, and the Americans took gold in all 3 of them because when you train that much in school, you've got to be pretty good at it. Also, that guy you pointed me to, Kyle Hill, I can't watch him because words can't describe the feeling of being both attracted to him and jealous of how someone looks at the same time. I think you just described it. I don't know why you say words can't describe it. In fact, one is very common to the other. But yeah, happens to me a lot. But I don't hold myself off of watching someone because of superficial reasons. I will certainly find a way otherwise to do it. But what was that? NFL Netherlands? What's going on? Netherlands. NFL Netherlands. What's going on here? San Francisco. Okay. Are you literally going to do every team, or are you just doing, oh, the NFC? Okay, well, at least you're giving off the starters. Meh. It's informative. It is really tough. 4 years, one chance. At this point, it's 5. And some of them, this is their first Olympics because 5 years ago they were underage. Like the women's rugby team, U.S. women's rugby. Oh, well, the quarterfinals, they were out, but I'm trying to figure out, like, who's the main person I've seen on TikTok? Who's the main girl? Team roster selected for Saturday's Stars and Stripes for them. No, I want the roster. Player pool? Fine. Like, I'll recognize her name when I see it. Well, they got faces up here too. Is she in this? Do I just have am I going to have to go through USA Rugby on TikTok to find her? Probably. That's a camera. That TikTok. Click. USA Rugby. Not the UAE. USA Rugby. Come on, phone. I know you got wet today. Shut up. Rugby Women's USA. Yeah, Ilona Maher. That's who I've been watching on TikTok a lot. This is not a test, it's your emergency. But let the USA do what it wants to do. Just USA, let them purge themselves. I don't care. They're over there. They're on the other side of the ocean. At this point, like I said, it's over there. It's like, you know, the same people that want to purge it, the same people that are involuntary celibate and also wave that damn Gadsden flag. I'm still in a war on that on TikTok, but I'm not bringing it up too terribly much because it's a sad world in there. Okay, so technically, I think she probably could have been in the Women's Olympics for rugby. She may have been, but she's 24, and that would have put her at like, oh, well, she turns 25 this year. She would have been like still over 20 last time around. Was she in it? Rugby Eagles profile. Part of the issue, yeah, but I wouldn't say that the virus did it. It's the reaction that people, the fact that it was delayed by a year for very logical reasons. Sorry, I had to fix something. And then, since it was delayed by a year, like last year would have been a great time. People would have been indoors, locked inside, not really doing much of anything. Not vaccinated, needing a bit of a pick-me-up and a cheer-up, but we were literally into the thick of it. You know? What's going on, shoulder? What's going on? So yeah, we were into the thick of it, and it just sort of sucked everything up. And they couldn't really do much because, you know, people were not necessarily enthused. You know, I guarantee you that Japan would have had way bigger of an opening ceremonies. Way bigger. Like what they had was the best that what they could work with. And that's saying a lot about what we saw. The MCU. I don't actually read a lot of comic books, but yes, of the MCU. I follow up on like visual media. Like I've played a couple games, but sometimes they're of the shooter variety. I'm like, meh. I used to watch the X-Men cartoon when I was a wee child. I've watched all the I've watched all the X-Men films, even though they are wonderfully bad at times. And I've seen all the MCU stuff. Aaron and I are a bit on the fence about the rings, the Xianjiang, the next one coming out, the Asian guy. We really do want to see it because it's probably pretty pertinent to future events. But right now we've got Rise and some Delta stuff, and Aaron and I may not want to go to a theater right now. So if we can get on Disney Plus, sure. But if it's theaters only, So yeah. It's not there are no off questions in this live stream. I do talk about football, but that's a periodic table right there. That's a PlayStation 5. I just saw your video 14 years ago and you look younger now. 14 years. Did we do some math wrong? I've only been doing YouTube for 9 years. "14 years ago, I was barely, Aaron and I were still barely into a relationship. And I was still living at my parents'. Yeah. Yeah, I was. I was still doing college shit. I mean, I think, no, I put that out in 2009. I did one video for YouTube and I threw it up there. I guess a lot of actresses, interesting choice of words, are suing Disney for releasing their movies on Disney Plus because they're not getting any money from their rental charges. It seems that is a world that I do not know crap about. I don't know which actors and actresses get what into their contracts. Yeah. Well, I was forced to live without marriage for a long time. So you can probably do it. It's your plot to go for the meme of losing the plot. It's your plot. I mean, the things that need to be done in life are at this point in a post 2020 world is make enough money to support your happiness as a hobby and your survival. And that would be like a roof over your head that you're happy with, food that you can eat that you're happy with, and or that makes you happy. Being able to socialize, go on vacations, keep up your hobby, if it's video games or sports or anything. You don't have to be rich. It's not really going to do much of anything, but maybe send you into space with a bunch of weird people on a penis-shaped rocket. But yeah, you don't need to get married. You don't have to have kids. You can just sit back and collect cats and plants. I mean, I guess it is hilarious. I mean, but to be fair, many people complain about a lot of things that if you put it into respect, it's a logical fallacy. I forget which one it is. It's eat all your food because there's starving children in Africa. Why? Like, what is the point of saying that one? Oh, it's so funny. These kids are not eating their broccoli when they're starving children in Africa. There's people that don't eat for 3 days, and these kids are choosing not to eat their broccoli. It's hilarious. Okay, cool, whatever. They don't want to eat their broccoli. Yes, living over here is causing me to be snarkier. Well, that and I've just my brain is going up to the point of like I just can't. I just can't right now. It's but like yeah, people have it worse. Most humans is not satisfied. Sure. Sounds like something a boomer would say with the wrong tense there, but you know. They didn't need to learn proper grammar and sentence structure. They could just shake someone's hand affirmatively and get a job. I had to tell someone that works at the gym yesterday that he's like, well, I thought America had like the smartest people. I'm like, the American education system does not teach intelligence. It teaches obedience. Usually, by and large, the smarter people in the United States are not rich because to be smart, like it's just not a thing. Yeah, it's I have been dispelling his rumors of what he's thought the United States is like, which has actually made him want to go visit it more to see if what I'm saying is true, which is, I tell him it's a good thing. You know, it's good to doubt even what I say because I was raised in a system of wild propaganda. And even the things I say may not be completely true, even though I would firmly believe them and pass a polygraph on these, but they could be completely false. I mean, I just watched a video today of, you know, who won the space race. That question's up for debate. I mean, who decided it was the moon? United States. So who won? The people who said it was the moon when we got to the moon. In fact, most Americans don't actually know that Vietnam was a propaganda war, not actually there to liberate anything. Like even the Dutch know that one. Swear to God, I have Frogs theme stuck in my head because of the opening ceremony of the Olympics. I mean, I can see that, but I don't. Maybe it took you too long to type that in and I moved topics. I'm like, I do not understand the relation. I'm gonna go get some. I'm gonna go get some tea. A liter and a half. Should really message my doctor. Just in that it's the kind of intelligence you're supposed to get from professionals. I guess. Maybe. Oof, that's sweet as fuck. I mean, I guess. I'm not saying you're wrong, but sometimes I get a little confused about your connections. And even when you explain it, I'm just like, that's a connection that you made. I still don't get it. It's like a Kronk. And it's not a bad thing. It's just smoking and that high stuffs. Smoking cigarettes and is that high stuffs the Amsterdam lifestyle? I'll give my opinion. I'll give it on the cigarettes at least. I used to smoke and I don't anymore because well, I wasn't around people that smoked. So I eventually just got sick of it. And then eventually I didn't live around someone that smoked. And so I didn't smoke. And then I started getting more cardio and started losing a bit of weight. And I started playing football. And now I'm around people that smoke a lot because Europe is just that way. And yeah. So I just don't smoke. you're talking about the other one, just make sure you're talking about that one before we continue that conversation. My mom's yells at me, but I'm really annoyed by it when I do smoking. So, like, are you talking about cigarettes or like smoking? That Amsterdam lifestyle, like, just a simple yes or no, because like I live in the Netherlands. It's decriminalized here. I'm from Oregon. It's basically legalized there, but I know it's not everywhere. Hello, Logan. Belkia, Magnazone. You guys are getting. You get a potion, and you get a potion, and you get a potion. HP, Jolteon, Steely Dan, Spoon Boy, Conkeldurr, Rhyperior, Meganium, Revive? Yes. Revive, 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 revive. Yeah, well, like I said, I told you about the cigarette stuff. When it comes to weed, I used to have a pen back in this. I've done it for many years. Like the amount of years since I first did it and when I am till now, it's like 22 years. I don't do it constantly. When I was back in the States after Oregon legalized it and we could go to, shops for it and stuff, I got a pen that had replaceable cartridges in it of stuff. And so I was utilizing that to mitigate some panic attacks. I wouldn't utilize it all the time, but I would, if I felt myself spinning up, I would take a couple hits just to calm my brain. And my brain would still spin up, but I could think through the problems and rationalize myself out of it. I wish I could do that here. I don't know where to find a pen like that. You got your mouth guard. Did you get, like, which mouth guard did you get? There's a lot of mouth guards out there. It's my backpack. Right there. Okay. I don't think you're that much of a mess when you get stoned. You've been on here stoned. You weren't a mess. Okay, well, no. You were a mess, but only because you thought you were a mess. And thus you played into being a mess. Well, you say you got your mouth guard. There's multiple mouth guards. Like, which kind did you get? I'm curious about the brand. You could say, I got my cleats. Well, did you get Nike? Did you get, did you get Nike? Did you get Adidas? Did you get, all the, which, no, yeah, no, that's why the live stream says football, not soccer. Yeah. I play American football. This is actually a replica helmet, not my actual helmet. It's for the Panthers. Hey, I talk with a rugby player at my gym. There's Gabriel. Okay, but so you have a Nike mouth guard. That's so I was asking. You say you got your mouth guard, and you have a Nike mouth guard. I'm gonna Google that real quick. I've never heard of Nike having a mouth guard. It's entirely possible. I don't know why they wouldn't. Nike Pro Hyperflow mouthguard. Het product dat je zoekt is niet meer beschikbaar. Of course it's not. Christ, because you sent me to DutchNike.com. Damn it. Click that one. Okay. Having like 3 conversations here. PRC is talking about me being a rugby player and I play football. Zachary's talking about times when he's got stoned. He doesn't think I actually understand what he's like. And now you're in here and I'm trying to hold that together. I know you play football, but like, what are you actually like playing? I know you're not in the NFL or something, but just wondering what you play as football. I'm a middle linebacker. This just says linebacker, but yeah, I'm a middle linebacker. I play in the top league of the Netherlands for the Hilversum Hurricanes. So top league being when we win our season, we win the national championship. Yeah. So that's pretty much that. Every league around, every country around here has its setup of leagues. Some countries have more successive leagues going down. Germany has like 5 or 7, depending on what state you're in. And then the Netherlands has 2, the top division and then the second division. And then there's a women's division, but they're separate. Belgium, I think, has 2 also. I think France has 3. Imagine life without sports. Yeah, you mean, do you still live in the US? No, I live in the Netherlands. I live in Amsterdam. If I were to turn on my TV right now, you'd get a bunch of shit in Dutch. I could turn it to the BBC, but do we really want to? It's Britain. It's EU. But yeah. The font makes that look like it says Amsterdam. That's the city I live in. I don't know if this is going to focus on it, but that's the city, Amsterdam. Oh, they mailed this from Utrecht. Whatever. This is the invitation to go get vaccinated. De heritage de Soski. Niet het, you know. Onderwerp. U uitnodigt voor een coronavaccinatie. Yep. Damn, said Amsterdam. We need to start pillaging some stuff. Is that a quote from something? I mean, you put quotations around it, but I do not recognize it. But yeah, I live in the Netherlands. It's almost 7 o'clock. It's 6:45 right now. Where else do you get a 1.5 liters of carbonated iced tea? I'm just saying. Oh, I know the video. I saw it once, kind of went for most of the video. And then like a month later, everyone's like, you have to see this video. You have to see this video. You have to see this. This video is so egregiously long. And then like I'm like, it's a great video to watch once and then maybe 5 years later so you can reminisce about it. But it's sort of like watching the entire Lord of the Rings, and then the next day you're like, oh my God, I miss watching Lord of the Rings. Let's just watch the whole damn thing again. There's only so much Elijah Wood I can see. So Logan, when do you get your pads? I've been seeing on TikTok that everyone's all been like, oh my God, we get our pads this week. We get our pads this week. It's all going pads this week, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, when is that? Like, is it going to happen this coming week, or did it happen like Friday or something like that? I don't live there, so. Weird. So what do I mean? Here, I will show you guys something like it was posted 19 hours ago. Apparently this person's getting their pads on Sunday for football. I mean, is that what, this person has their helmet on. It says pads coming Monday. So do you already have your pads or not? Ah, okay. That's good. It has been a really long week for me. So yeah, so hopefully, so yeah, that's, as having a mouth guard, that's good for playing flag because you can fall. Like, it has been an egregiously long week. And last live stream, I was in the process of like doping the heck out of my brain because I was dealing with my second vaccination shot and didn't realize what was happening the whole next Sunday. No, you don't fall. You want to keep running. You want to do that in regular football too. Your goal is to grab that ball and continue running towards the goal, towards the, to go get a touchdown. Your goal is a touchdown. If you jump up for the ball and you land weird and you fall down onto the ground, then the ball is down. Your primary goal is to secure the ball, catch it, pull it in, tuck it in. you need to secure that ball, because if you lose control of the ball, it's a fumble and the other team can return that in regular football. I don't know how the flag rules go. But if you can secure the ball, even if you fall down, the ball gets put down there and you have more chances to move forward. If you land on your feet and you can still running, keep running. Keep running the direction you were. There are certain rules, like if you fall all the way down on the ground, you're stuck down, you don't get back up. If you hear someone yank your flag, because it should have an audible like sound, the ones that the flag teams used to use out in Beaverton were like, you hear that sound, you'd know that someone pulled your flag. But I don't know. The refs will know, because the people will pull your flag and then drop it down onto the ground, and that's where the ball gets put down, because that's your tackle. But I feel weird. There are numerous TikToks about that, about a couple of people doing that one. The cornerback intercepted the ball. Like, everyone's going this way, everyone's going this way. You know, corners are backing up, receivers are going this way. Receiver goes up, corner catches the ball and then runs that way. Like, there's videos of that. It's weird. My shoulder feels weird. Like, it's popping unnaturally. Like, this kind of hurts a little bit, but over here, it's been pop, 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 pop a lot. So, like I said, it feels weird. I might have the doc. I might set up a house arts appointment tomorrow. Have him like take a peek at it. The physio that I was seeing for my elbow is on vacation. So, I mean, I could definitely sign up for another physio. I don't need to see him all the time.
Outside linebacker number 41 for Frankfurt Galaxy. Come watch our game at PC Bank Arena in Frankfurt against Go Surge on Sunday. It's going to be a show.
That's a good thing, because that way you don't have. It's not, if it doesn't fall out when you're talking. That's good. You may not talk well, but yeah, it shouldn't. But what feels weird is the typical thing is right here where my collarbone is at, and like where the scar comes in. And I just have I have numbness around here anyways, and I have since my surgery. So that's probably what feels weird, is that the muscle and everything is a little bit swollen from something, and it's pushing into half numb skin. So hello, Kaza Raporu. Name a college football team that can compete with Oregon's all-white uniforms. Fuck Oregon. Oregon State, all orange. Any day. Stomp those Ducks. Fuck the Ducks. So tired of the Ducks. Maybe. It's so we had a weird thing. So we were extending, but then we had to hold on to the cushion and like, you know, hold ourselves up. Meanwhile, that's helmet, full pad. So we're like, not like doing a plank where your hands are straight out, but your hands are already up here. So you have more bend in your body. So it probably tweaked that a little bit. And then today, while I was at my sled training, I showed my trainer what we were doing for a core workout, and it tweaked a little bit more. Don't be mean to Oregon. Why? I got the clout. I can. I'll do it. I'll do it. I will own up to this on social medias too. Oregon State is better than Oregon. Like the ducks aren't even a state animal. The beaver is. I was born and raised in Portland, Oregon. I was born in Salem. I'm an Oregon. I know. Now, see, I'm starting to remember that you live near Pleasant Hill. And we talked about this one last week, that I had a game against the South Lane Buzzards in Pleasant Hill High School. And we talked about this one, if I knew your brother from Pleasant View, but I'm like, no, the game we played was many, many years ago. And we didn't play against the high school team. So, but that big goat in the center of the field was quite comical. And I thought it was actually quite cute. Do you have any extra advice for outside linebacker? I mean, basically an outside linebacker versus a middle linebacker. There's 80% similarities. It's just that an outside linebacker, depending on which side you typically are on, has a bit more responsibilities. Do you usually play the weak side or the strong side outside linebacker? Because we do 4-3. So I'm the guy in the middle, and we have a Sam and a Will. But if you run, say, a 3-4 or perhaps even a 4-4, you still have outside linebackers. Strong. So you are pretty much... So that means the strong safety would come down for a second receiver. And if they happen to go trips is when you're bumping out. Right? Yes. So you'd be the Sam is what we'd call it. The Sam sometimes does a lot of blitzing. Do you do a lot of blitzing, or do you mainly cover? Because the strong has to also push over if... Let me think about this one here. So the strong is much closer to a Mike than the Will is. The Will is, yeah, lots of blitz. Because you're the free linebacker to an extent. Because if they go doubles, then that means you have corner, strong safety, strong, and then the Will linebacker. And so technically, the Mike would have to bump over and take the Will slot, and the Sam would have to move over and take the Mike spot. So there's a lot more, because rarely if they go trips, there's not much I have to do at the Sam, because their job is the receiver. The other thing is, yeah, you blitz a lot, but you got to make sure you can cover the flats really well. because if both of those receivers go deep and you got a guy coming out the back and he is screaming out the back for a wheel route, you got to run the heck after him. You got to go. Lots of blitz and cuts for pulls. College teams play a lot of trips in Turkey. They love, yeah. Trips is fun after a fashion, but basically, so you're basically running after that receiver that's sometimes a tight end. But that's also the thing is when you go trips, sometimes it's receiver, tight end, and you're on that guy. So the defensive end can help you on that one, but if you're man on man with the tight end, you're just it's a one-on-one battle, and you're probably dealing with someone who's super tall. What will happen if you brought your Panthers helmet to the game, one of your games? What would your coach do? Probably be like, if it's an official game and I brought it, they'd probably tell me to put my actual like blue helmet on so I could match the rest of my team. I actually would be a little bit peeved by that one because we have someone who came from a different team here in the Netherlands when he moved for work, and he still hasn't painted his helmet. And I'm like, bro, you're the one complaining to me that I have some swag that has lightnings on it because we have the word hurricane, and lightning and storms and hurricanes is nice. Yes, but there is the light and lightning. Well, you really shouldn't have that one because that's more from the lightning. Yeah, well, get your helmet painted. Stop representing the other team. Your helmet's fully silver. The rest of us are blue. You're 1.8 meters and the tight end is 1.9. That's pretty nuts. Like, I think Aaron's 195. My husband. So that would be a pain. That's kind of a pain just because of the sheer height difference. But that's the thing is, you know, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. You're already down a little bit lower, so you may not be able to jump up and get the ball from their creepy ass tree arms, but you can definitely wrap up their thing and drop them down. Or, you know, just run into them really hard, maybe right off the line. I'm not sure. I think you guys would follow IFAF rules, so you should be able to just come up within the first 5 yards. It's a weird rule. He always slaps your helmet. That's like, does he like haul off and hit it, or is he just like? Does he like reach over and go, or does he do that? Like, one of those is illegal. The other one is a slight pat and he's being demeaning to you. Like, oh, you're really short. Wow, that should be illegal. So, because that's an outright penalty here in the Netherlands to attack. Like, you're attacking a player. Rules. Helmet. Team's a little bit wild. It's Turkey. My husband went and did some job training over there a couple of years back, and he told me a few stories. I can imagine, though. Especially defense, yeah. Especially when you have a bunch of players that are probably watching what happens in the NFL and trying to act like they're doing stuff in the NFL, but don't actually know what's happening in the NFL. So they're mimicking without actually understanding. So that's when things can get dangerous. How do I find my PDFs? Where are you at? Where do you go? Downloads? IFAF flag rules? No. Rule changes? No. Other. Health effects, who you infect. But yeah, like even our defense is a bit interesting, folks. I mean, it's got me. And I'm crazy. Ooh. Offense is a little crying baby. Defense have to play much wild for win. Yeah. Well, that's most offenses. That's most offenses. I have to give it up to my Dutch teammates that are on offense. They not all of them. The general bulk of them just take the pounding, take the beating, and they just move on. Next play. They do not want. There are a few that do, but they're, you can't always be perfect when it comes down to an offense. But the general bulk of them roll with the punches. Wow. More tea. So, which team are you on? I'm going to do the Google search. Turkey, American, football, league. ITU, or whatever. I'm not sure how the umlaut is pronounced in Turkish. I know in German it's E. But yeah, I've seen like ITU come up on my Facebook before. ITU University, American football, Istanbul Technical University. Yep. Campus, student life, athletics. There we are. You know what? I'm just going to Google image search. I want to see what you guys' uniforms look like. I can't really get to my Facebook here very well, so ITU Hornets. Swipe. Aaron is in there chatting with his sister, and I'm not necessarily sure. He's video chatting with his sister. So I'm like, bro, we gonna be hungry. Might be an old picture. You guys, the ones with the yellow, or is that just the general? Oh, that looks like the uniform. You guys, the one with the yellow? Will probably be so. I mean, Hornets are usually yellow and black. Most teams are, yeah. Depends on what they want to, but I mean, you physically look at a Hornet. It doesn't matter where you are in the world. They're yellow and black, and they got that thing. Yeah. I mean, it's ka-chow. I mean, I like the fact that it incorporates a little football right there too. I gotta give it up. I like that. Yeah, but the team has. Yeah, I saw that. Other teams say street dogs. I get it. Like, I mean, you got to think, Right, it says here, linebacker, leader of the pack. It's a pack. It's wolves. It's a thing. It's a people we move together. You know, we're on despite the fact that it's called defense. Defense is actually the offensive position per se. To be fair, by the name of how things are defined in sports, offense is the game, is the team that puts the ball into play. Defense is the one protecting the ball from advancing towards making a goal. That's how it works in every sport. But in American football, defense is much more aggressive and offensive and trying to physically do things, whereas defense is very random and spur of the moment, whereas offensive is calculated and trying to move forward, and they're trying to move the various chess pieces in all the right positions, and the defense has to think about that. So they tend to be a little bit crazy because they have to think over and over. They have to think of all the various possibilities. You know, you try not to overthink because that's just a bad thing. Oh, the thumbnail for the ITU Hornets versus Moscow Patriots, April 13th, April 2019. That's cute. Cute little team photo. Yeah. I mean, I could probably watch that game later. I mean, it's an hour long. That's exactly the. I will throw that in the watch later for tomorrow. For me. Always nice to watch more football.
That means for 6 million years, your specific bloodline.
Let's see here. Let's see if I can put that up on YouTube. ITU Hornets. Man, why are you swipe? Why are you always putting in journey? I'm going HORNETS. OR. Cochrans. You looking at the one from like 2 years ago? Not much, Jeremiah. Is this the one you're thinking of from S Sport? 26,000 views 2 years ago. Seems to be no. Then there's one from 5 years ago from the actual page. ITU Hornets. Subscribe. I haven't actually updated anything in like 2 years, but. Oh, okay. So ITU Hornets, and then Aaron has tried to help me pronounce that C. I keep looking at that and be like, it's the Cock Rams. It's not. That's not how you pronounce it. But it just cock. The recovery chair? You have a recovery chair? How fancy is your gym? Yeah, I'll watch the ITU Hornets Cock Rams from 2 years ago. I'll put that in the watch later also. I'm confused. What the hell is a recovery chair? it's in a recovery room, but it's literally just a room with a chair, nothing else. My gym has that. It's a table. It's a glass top table with like 4 chairs at it, and we can drink coffee at it and talk to each other. That's usually what I'm doing at the end, is I'm just sort of like drinking coffee, and I'm literally just bullshitting with like meals or something behind the desk. Well, that was smooth as fuck. Skate park. A dude went up off a ramp, but his skateboard went that way, and he just tipped into a cartwheel. When he got out of it, I'm like, I got because he was like tipping sideways. I'm like, bro's gonna die, and then he just moved it into a cartwheel. I was like, that was smooth. I meant to do it. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. I know you were going for a jump, and that did not work in the slightest. And you bailed out in a cartwheel. You made the best of a terrible situation. But yeah, my gym doesn't have, you don't have a recovery room. It's just even my Crunch Fitness didn't even have a recovery room. We had the water massage room or something like that. Like there's a couple like weirdly like inclined lounge beds, or one that was flat, and like it just shot water up. Like it was weird. It wasn't a great massage. And sometimes if I turned it on too powerful and I let it go too far down my body, it was like, oh yeah, there's the shoulders, there's the mid back, oh, there's the lower back. I've been barely. Oh, there it is on the hamstrings. Good morning. Literally just a chair in a separate room. It's like, it's making me think in the United States why they call it semi-pro versus amateur football. It's literally the same thing, but you can't hurt the egos of the football players, and you can't call it amateur or rec football because that demeans their ego. So they call it semi-pro, so they have something to feel good about. Go hang out in the recovery room. Okay. And maybe when I did something at training, I just kind of pulled it out a little bit. It just feels weird. I'll probably take, again, it's just because this part of my body, this part of my shoulder area is just numb. But if my shoulder feels super weird tonight, I'll definitely put in an appointment with the house arts and whatnot. Chair, are you falling down? What are you doing? Stop. No, whatever. Still waiting to see if people are all hyped up on that merch as much as I am, but I've been on YouTube long enough. I know that there's been on YouTube and social media long enough. You can be hyped up about something for 5,000 points worth of something, and you can tell it to someone, and they're just like, cool. And then they will forget about it in 3 seconds. It's a world of golden retrievers. It's been, when did we play Isachem? I was in like October, September, something like that. YouTube Studio. ZEGEM. September 14th. It's the last time I played. It was a practice game versus Eastham. So I will probably not have a game until we actually start our actual season. So it'll be over a year for me. But even then, it was, well, no, that was 2020. We had one. Okay, when was Rotterdam? That was February 24th. So we had like 7 months in between those games. So that was okay. But this one's been a while. It's been a hot minute. Come on, kid, you should know by now. Don't hang around too terribly much or the pigeons start circling you. Who'd you play your last game against? Tampa Bay Tech. Nice. Florida. The top teams in Florida lost 7-3. Second round of playoffs. Wow. I swear to God, I'm never going to see a shiny Aerodactyl. I'm just never going to see one. No matter how many of these motherfuckers I catch. No matter how many damn raids I do. How much I skim by these raids and get them down to nothing. I will save that one for tomorrow and get my stamp. Got 2 minutes left on trains. What's on the TikTok?
Like an armadillo.
The reason that a lot of you are sore from your last workout by the time of your next one is because your volume and recovery were not matched properly. Everything that you do in the gym has a recovery cost. Yeah, you have to recover from what you do. You need to choose the amount of work that you can personally recover from so that you are able to train at a frequency that is appropriate for the goals that you have. For For example, if you're trying to build muscle, but the intensity and volume of your leg session is so brutal that you can't recover for more than a week, that's suboptimal for building muscle. Instead, what you need to do is reduce the amount of sets that you are doing. Quality over quantity always.
Better scramble like an egg before you get.
Yeah. I mean, I've got one of those little machines, but sometimes I should probably utilize it later tonight on this area. Like, nothing hurts. It's just when I move it into a weird position, I'm like, ugh. So, because like if I detached any muscle or strained anything, I mean, that hurts a little bit, but that's my sleeping side. But like nothing here hurts when I push on it. Just having like weird nerve issues, I guess. Ogden Beast. I'm pretty sure I tore my rotator cuff. Yeah, I will. I'm gonna talk with some of the guys at the gym tomorrow about it. I'm gonna do this exercise. See, that makes it feel funky on the outside, so it might just need to heal a little bit. I'm so weirded out by so many people on TikTok having just broadcasting their Cash App out there. Like, I get it, but it's just, it makes the United States seem so desperate for money, that they're so poor. They're just like, if you guys ever feel generous, please send me money. Let me
explain why people say the lat pull down isn't brilliant for your lats. The reason is that the lat's full range of motion is up here to down here. Yeah, that's a fully shortened lat. When training your back, you can draw a line through that cable of the lat pull down, through your body, and see which musculature of the back is actually being advantaged to do the work. What most people are doing when they do a lat pull down is they're going to rock backwards. They're going to row that bar to their chest with flared elbows. This isn't a fully shortened lat. This is. You can do lat pull downs and hit your lats. It's just that a lot of people are not. It's all about how you position your body, your upper arm, and that line of pull. Those three things determine what's.
So apparently, lat pull downs aren't great for building the lats.
Yeah, that's the issue. Is so many people like lean back and they're basically doing an inclined row, and I'm like, no, you're not, guys. Literally, just reach up, pull it straight down. You're doing. If you're doing a lat pull down, basically do a pull up where you're not moving.
What happens if you try to?
You know, go by your nose, by your chin. You know, you want the bar basically doing this right in front of you. If you can't sniff that bar, you're too far forward for your lats.
When you wash your hands, do you like your soap granulated? Because you've got granulated, maybe it's mustard. I'm not quite sure. Either way, it's soap.
All right, so I'm doing a very TikTok thing. Me and my buddy Travis, we just drove down to the Elm Street Diner because they supposedly have ridiculous stuff, and we're going to order a bunch of it. The trouble is everything looks awesome. Did we make a mistake with how much we just ordered? 2 meals each? Yeah, I don't know.
Dad bod is just the straight word for bear. Oops. That's Soundhound. I don't want Soundhound. What are you trying to tell me? Happy birthday, Fat Boy Slim? Yeah, I don't care.
decided to check out the place while we're waiting for our food. All kinds of stuff. There's a shake station.
And that's when he hit.
I feel like I should text Aaron because he's lost track of time because he's most likely talking on his phone to his sister and video chatting. And thus he doesn't know what time it is because he doesn't check the time on his phone while he's on his phone. I've literally seen him. Han, yeah. Did you just look at your watch to see what time it is while you're on your phone? Yes. It's right there. It's right there.
Well, you got me. By all accounts, it doesn't make sense.
Uh-oh. Let's talk about criticism of the Capitol cops. Yeah, sure. We'll put that in the watch later. Journey to the end of the timeline. Nah, I'm not going to watch behind the scenes of Loki. Some things need to stay magical. Do-do-do. Burn, 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 burn. What's up, Isaiah? Oh, some of these polls are just the best. Oh, people don't even know. I felt like I was so right with my TikTok I did earlier. Oh. How's everything going with you, Isaiah? Aren't we all? Aren't we all? Like sometime in the beginning of August, I'm hoping to have some semblance of a preliminary schedule. It may not be the final one, but something. What's up, Jaquan? Yeah, we've been practicing since like May because it's helpful to get people active at least and socializing. But I know the States has like the first day of school is Monday. That's a little early. I know I'm old, but it's always like even in Washington, they didn't have the. So Oregon had the Labor Day start. So the day after Labor Day is when we started school. But Washington had it in the week before. So that was weird. August 18th. They're just chopping up all your summers. Don't get out of school till like mid-June, August, mid-August. Like there's no more 3 months of summer. It's dipping below 2 months now. Like literally, I like summer vacation. It's the nicest week of the year. It's carbonated. It's like it's 1.5 liters. Well, you guys know what a 2-liter bottle is. Shit, it's a little bit less than that, but it's 0 sugar. So I'm not gonna get super fat, but yeah. I don't know if you guys can see the bubbles in there. Yes, yes, I do. I made sure to go back through and watch a lot of my live stream from last time because I was getting a bit swimmy in the head from the vaccination. So I made sure to go back and look at the chat to make sure in case people came back so I'm used to the metric system. Yeah. Yeah, it's sneaking its way in through the United States.
It's the best 5 seconds in cinematic history. Where's yours?
Yeah, it's like one of my TikToks I did. Anyways, one of my TikToks is about how to get the American tourists or the expats that are freshly like, oh my God, I can finally leave the country again. And they come over here and they're just like, how do I deal with all these weird units? Just stop converting. Just not everything needs to be in cups. Not everything needs to be in ounces. Not everything needs to be in gallons. You're dealing with liters and grams. Kilograms if you're weighing yourself. Please do not eat a kilogram of sugar. Like, I literally had someone say, oh, well, I mean, I understand, I know, like, what is 25 grams of protein in metric? And I just say that again, slowly. Today, my little cousin's birthday. Happy birthday? I guess. I don't know. I don't like it when people wish me happy birthday, so meh. Do we have rain coming in here soon? Do 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 do. I'm a little.
It's a magic fish book. Okay. Now, alright, here's the deal. You have a spoon, right? Yeah, plastic spoon hold like this. Okay. So, what you have to do is you have to bump me in the head. Alright? On the count of 3. The deal is if you can bump me in the head before I clean this up with this towel. Okay? There it is. But if you bump me in the head.
Hello, Yasmin. I'm in Netherlands.
Yeah. Okay. You see how you twist this towel? Okay. So, you ready? On the count of 3. 1. Well, watch. Trick is. But if you bump me in the head before I can clean it up, you see how you twist this towel? Okay. So, you ready? On the count of 3. 1.
Now I want to show you something really, really beautiful. Excuse me, please.
F1 Keyboard Explain.
Whatever. Watching parkour folks on TikTok is a bit weird at times. What's up with the Pokemons? Anything going on? You're going too fast. I know. I have weird GPS in here for some reason. Sometimes I go racing across the island. I got that song stuck in my head now. Oh. My favorite video game of all time or that I'm currently playing? It's a weird question for me to bounce back, but there's different answers. There shouldn't be, but there is. All time, Chrono Trigger. They were like, I've never heard of that game. Exactly. Most people have not heard of that game. Because I am old. Me. Yeah. Do I have a different riparian I can give stone things to? Oh, I got that guy. You have stone stuff? No, you have mud slap and earthquake. Rhyperior. Pokemon Go move set. Ground Rocky. I'm very aware. What do we got? SmackDown and Stone Edge. Mud Slap looks to be the best. But I can only get Rock Record from an elite team. I don't have any of those. View all. SmackDown Rock Record. SmackDown Stone Edge is a crappy version. It would be better if I had Mud Slap and Surf. Yeah, I can imagine Bright Period with Surf. That seems dope. So we're just going to leave with Mud Slap. You say Mud Slap Earthquake is the best I can get unless I use an elite TM and get Rock Wrecker. Yeah, I don't have an elite charged TM. I have a fast TM, but I'm not a charged one. Pokemon, Pokemon, Pokemon. Dialga. Nano Slice. Blood Slap, Ancient Power, that's fine. Zen Headbutt, Giga Impact, I like that. Hidden Power, Giga Impact. Dragodos. It definitely feels weird, but we'll be okay. I'm not dying. I'm definitely going to send him a message. It's like 750 here, dude. I don't know what he. I understand he's probably still talking to his sister, but by Christ, why do I have unread text messages? Who the hell texts me? No one's here.
Let's get 19 days from Spider-Man No Way Home, and we don't even have a teaser. All right, hear me out. What if Marvel never drops a trailer? We all know Spider-Man No Way Home, probably one of the most anticipated Marvel movies along with Endgame. How epic would it be if Marvel never dropped a trailer? We all went to the theater, not knowing.
No. We were saying goodbye. It lasted longer than I expected. We were catching up. What do you want to eat?
Doritos Anonymous. Don't worry, nobody's in the chat. We were chatting for a lot, but you know.
Yeah, I heard a lot of talking.
Yeah.
Even right at the start, it was awesome. You seem to be responding to people at the start.
No, well, no, I was generally talking right away.
They're chip flavored chips.
I hate the United States. They're chip flavored chips. Like, how do you like? It makes me wonder. I thought Doritos and Lay's were different companies.
No, they're the same company.
So Lay's just made Doritos Cool Ranch flavored chips.
Yeah.
So what is real? Nothing is real.
They're chip flavored chips. They're chip
What? Whatever. Chip. Flavored chip. Should I play some Rata? Some Kanoru? Meh. Meh.
Did you know that from a deleted scene from Avengers Age of Ultron, we can see that Captain Marvel was originally supposed to debut at the end of that film? They even...
This is why I wear flip-flops when I'm rain. So yeah, if I've got to walk down from my car in this rain, like so, I'm gonna put flip-flops on because I'm not walking down and soaking my feet just to get to my car.
You're working out right now? Oh, I mean, that's pretty cool. Jeremiah had just got done working out, but he was in the recovery chair. And I was like, what the heck's a recovery chair? He says it's a chair in a room called recovery room. I'm like, oh. But you're actually working out? Oh. You doing legs? You doing chest? You doing cardio? Sometimes I caption my TikToks while I'm on the treadmill.
These ghost pepper extremely hot. Extra hot.
TikToker's first tip. Human, remind me of the name of this game that
Play.
Oh wow. They have 4 burritos right now. Vegetarian, eggplant, chicken, and beef. Sure ordered earlier.
Ugh, I logged into Raleigh. I didn't necessarily.
You can tell me those words the whole time. Oh, yeah, that's right.
All right, so since there's a mileage radius around Seattle that I can live before my salary gets adjusted for cost of living, here's a generous bubble.
Is that girl going over it again? Because she was going over the real estate things in Seattle. Here's a generous bubble because it involves a lot of water. Because Seattle is a coastal city. It's not. Yes, it is. That's salt water out there. Nobody believes me. Like, I go all the way to Seattle, bless their heart, and just, you know. And they're like, oh, I'm going to do it. Oh my God, that is salt water. What were you expecting? Why is it salt water? Because it's a fucking ocean. What? Come on, folks. Complete 3 world quests and Bastion with your training. Defeat powerful foes in Revenant. I don't want to do that one. It's boring. I'll use one of these. I'll use this item, get it out of my bag, get to freaking Bastion from here. But
Keep that max 200,000 just to make this comparison fair. Still have everything but land selected. And we're going to hide the pending and contingent ones because that just seems fair. All right. This got us 49 results. Yeah? Yeah? Okay. Let me get rid of the mobile ones. And that gives us 25 results. Okay? There's our Harrison Street friend. Now if I go and I type in 600 square feet, I know, asking for a lot here. 14 results. This is what they are.
They're all in the south end near Tacoma.
Because if you go,
Don't mind me, guys. I'm just doing a little bit of WoW to keep my brain active. I alt tab every once in a while to check to see if anything's in the chat. I could probably, you know, look at my own chat on my phone, but then I don't get to look at my phone. Maybe I should have my therapist do an ADD test. No? Yes? What? Huh? What?
I looked over because you said, no.
It's just vocalizing to keep the stream vocalizing for stuff. You get a beef one also, or
I'm getting chicken to make it less confusing.
okay. So a steward for every occasion. How adorable.
Wreaking havoc nearby. The animate drought must have driven them into a frenzy. Please restore calm however you can.
Can you help me with something? Oh, it's arrested. I'm just going to be a third.
This area is in disarray. Luckily, we have many stewards at our disposal to address any problems we may have. Please see that order is restored.
Can you help me with something? Blink. Blink. Can you help me with something?
Back to us.
Blink. What are you doing? Collecting stewards to free them. Freedom.
My abominations wanted, like the quest as far as I saw it was drink to the dead. Step 1. Recruit 2 stewards.
Space will tidy it soon.
Right? It doesn't seem like you go anywhere good from that.
It's not gonna go good from that.
It actually did. It was just pick up the berry things. There were boxes ready.
Okay.
But it was like, this is gonna be horrible. I look forward to it.
Is it because I was in my thing? You guys, they were having an issue. You're thirsty. You help the problem. I fix. The thing is the one that I wanted to put in was organizing because they were all 5 of them up at the same time. So they were like, the guy that I wanted to talk to was like way out on the edge. I was like, oh man, I wanted to get the guy holding the plate, but every time he got near me, he he would walk away because he was too far, because he was at the very edge of the group.
Yes.
Yes.
Get back to work.
Get back to work. I fix. You are a hungry assistant. Here.
Yoo-hoo.
Yoo-hoo.
Goodbye, my friend.
Now we need to go find the random glass laying on the ground. That's what happens when you get super drunk
Steward's job is never
off
done.
ambrosia.
It is through the hard work of all that the Christians
Training regimen. Route conditions. I don't like these world quests. I don't get Gatomos.
The rivalry between Lunar and Lotus has spanned eons.
I don't want to do this. I just, like, I realize, like, everyone's here doing it right now. And trying to do anything that has a kill quest is just going to be the worst. I mean, I could go down and do Centurion Armor Fragment. Yeah, it's money. It's way more beneficial than Anima. Or not Anima. Ascended Rep. Blah. You put it in for ASAP.
ETA is 8:35 at the latest.
Okay.
8:35. Latest possible is 8:50.
5 over half nation.
Yes.
I said that to someone. They're like, that's the right term, but it sounds weird when you say it. Thanks. Is it the words that I said? Oh, no, you said everything right. It just feels weird.
The Forsworn have begun an assault.
How?
We have few enough.
You. Come on. Oh.
By any means necessary.
Yeah, I'm very aware of this one. Arcane Explorer, Arcane Power!
Arcane power.
Well, I was Arcane Explosioning with Arcane Power. I gathered everything up. Armor fragments. Now what do I need to do? I need to get those pleated anima canisters. Pleated anima canister. No one chatting yet. Oh, nobody back in the Let's go.
You will take my place. To unlock down. Lay down your weapons. Your conduct is
Bastion stands. And yes, I could also probably go over and do the pet battle, and I don't care about doing the pet battle. Can one of you get out of combat so I can mount? Oh, thank you. I want my fairies to get out of combat so I can mount. Elysion, the Reclaimers. That only takes 3 things to kill, and they usually have a bit of health to begin with, so that was pretty easy. I'll fly up there and do that one. Bleh. Stay on the ground. Or if it can stay in the air. Zone with hills. What are you doing? I don't want to fly over everything. I mean, I do, but I don't want to fly high. My companion is Twinkle Wings because that's who he is. That's his. That's him. Time to twinkle, like, and I know it's a him.
The Forsworn's influence has cast doubt on the prevailing wisdom of my temple. I will speak to my acolytes, but first we must restore order. Ooh, an orc hunter. How racy.
I think you mean makes sense.
Oh, look. Everybody's literally run down here. Probably because I can't figure out how to get that rare up there that you have to gather the things like 10.
The cloud guy?
No, the one around in the top area where you have to get the little guys and you have to combine them.
Yeah.
It tickles me so watching hunters just spray with barrage. Y'all need Jesus. So much.
Your paragons deceive you.
Do they? They're not my paragons, so.
Don't really care that
Your paragons deceive you. Can you point me to my paragon? I'm a little out of the loop here. You know, the ones that deceived you. Which one's deceived? Thenios? That dude's sus to begin with. His name's Thenios. Come on. Oh. What did I have in my mail? There's Matt. I think that is the official. I think Matt showing up is the official time for Dwinky Dwinks. Oh. Quest mob I needed. Don't restore counterspell.
must learn to work together.
Is that it? Defeat powerful foes and revenue. I literally don't care about that quest. I don't want to go do it. I did it on Kenoru because he had other things to do. Okay. Just heart the heck out of here. Aaron was chatting with his sister for a long time on WhatsApp, and I finally messaged him on WhatsApp and just went, food! Yeah, so we're delayed on food because he was catching up with his sister and trying to problem solve getting his family out of that hellhole.
However briefly.
And his sister is just like, yeah, I kind of like that idea, but can we just the kids? And I'm like, to be fair, it's understandable because the kids would probably benefit a little bit more from seeing stuff outside the country. His sister has been overseas. She was in the military. She was variously deployed. Your dad previously had been deployed in something, and Vietnam, and your mom and dad did a long trip through Europe.
Yeah.
So, but the kids haven't seen it at all. So, but that's the thing is, it's like my sister, Kathy, you should really come. She says, I know, maybe I should send the kids first. And I'm like, but no, you first, kids later. Why do you say that? Because I guarantee you the kids are not going to appreciate real chocolate like you do. Real chocolate.
The wild hunt welcomes.
Yeah, I'm going to, swear to God, if I look at the map and I see Bastion having quest for me, I'm gonna lose my Famous Glass, Celestial Acorn, Squish and Burn. No, I don't want to do that one. Heart will go on. Not today. Not today. Not today. Nope. What are the fun quests we got? Revendreth. Not you. Nope. 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 Retraining the court's always kind of fun, but I like the light one better. Maldraxxus. Spore Losers. That's fun. Just winging it. It doesn't actually, it just gives me gear I don't want. How's the week been for you, Matt? Aha. We only really talk once a week, so gotta get on the update. Yep. Are you guys still having, you're still having a heat wave? What's up, Zane? How's the weather been here? Well, it's dry now, but it was odd to begin with. It was weird. Like, it was pouring down rain this morning to the point where it was just like I could hear the sheets of rain on the window back there. And then it got sunny for a little while, but then it like downpoured a little bit and the skate park cleared out. It was just like, it's been a day for weather.
Looking for a
but we have like dark,
remember you when I'm infamous.
okay, medium gray clouds with spotty blue all over. It's very Amsterdam weather. And I know that doesn't help much, but that's the way it is.
Keep everything well maintained.
Do you?
Reach out and claim
Yeah, I think she probably does.
all of these have been done.
I can upgrade something, upgrade the table. Well, that'll actually upgrade it. Because everything else is at 2. So that'll actually upgrade the thing for her. Keep forgetting how foamy cornet is. I caught it at the last minute. We don't need to like mop anything up here. Whoa, bound Jadehound doesn't fly. That was a close one. Wednesday, it was 111 in northern Missouri. Then 7 p.m. on Wednesday, it started pouring. Yeah.
That's good. The rain's good.
But after that much heat, it can immediately just, it feels like your rain is just going to flash into mugginess.
Yeah.
That's kind of what happens here. If it's really warm and then it just downpours, it's like.
Surrounding our necropolis has been affected by caustic substances. Time to gather.
Yeah, well, it started foaming up a lot. So, you know, think what you want.
How do you serve the Margrave?
It just seems odd that, you know, there's such a heat wave happening in the States. Like, I know I'm not one of those people that likes to consider myself, you know, oh, well, why are you having a heat wave? I'm not having a heat wave. But it's like, I thought everyone was over the heat wave. Like, oh my God, the heat wave we had. Is this like your third heat wave or something? Or is it just been going on for the last 3 weeks? It's not a heat wave. That's just time to die, I guess. I love proccing an extra mortal strike. It's so cool because she does the mortal strike animation, but then does the reverse animation the other direction. But you get that same clang clang sound. Still super muggy. Yeah, I'm not sure. I've done the breathing tests, and the doctor's like, "Yeah, you're okay." I'm like, "Yeah, everything works really well for my breathing as long as I don't breathe too fast." Like, if I have to do like wind sprints or something, like it gets awkward. But when I'm on the treadmill, I don't have any breathing problems because I'm able to keep measured breathing in and out. And if I start feeling a little bit, I just pause, think about it. But like while I'm out running on the field, it's really hard, and my brain just wants to like hold my breath. for the time. And it's like, that's not good. It is really fun. Health is, oh, it's like my health is really low. You know, and to an extent, during a lot of actual playtime, it's relatively okay. It still sounds bad. You shouldn't really be holding your breath while doing this stuff. But like for a quick little play, it's relatively okay. Then you kind of gaspy afterwards. And usually when we're doing like 10, 12 plays in a row is when I start getting pretty bad. I recover pretty quick, but that's why I'm doing a lot of the stuff, is so that my body can handle. Aaron, his name is Aaron, not Eric. We met outside a bar. Do you have an inhaler just in case something happens? That's the thing. The doctor won't prescribe me anything. I never really experienced. It's not regular asthma, from what I understand. It's like stress-induced asthma. So I just need to like calm, because my high anxiety can send me into a small panic attack if I'm not breathing correctly. So I'm not actually having like rear closing. I'm having like, I'm still convinced, maybe because I web diagnosed myself with like a thyroid problem, because sometimes when I'm having a problem, I want to pull my pads away from my throat. And I'm not like having trouble breathing. It's just, it feels like right here is closing up and something like that. But if I just calm down, let the blood, you know, get the heart rate down, you know, do a calming breathing meditation sort of thing, cool. Do I ever watch my own vids? Oh yeah. I technically have to watch my own vids every day because I have to edit them. So yes, I do watch them. But I have gone back and watched old videos just to see like what was going on back in the day. Like, hey, what was going on back in like 2016? I don't know. Let me go watch the video. That's partially why I have everything dated. So that the audience knows when that video is around. Sometimes back in the States, that was the actual day of the video because they went live in the afternoon. Other times it was in the morning. Now it's the day it goes live, but that's still the morning. It's better. So like if a video is July 31st, it's actually the video from July 30th. But it's still around that same time. Did I already kill that guy? Deadly Dapperling? I think I did. I don't need to worry about it. Sounds like how you have a severe claustrophobia when you have panic. Kinda, but it's, yeah, it sounds like severe claustrophobia, but it's not. I don't really get crammed. I've been in a lot of confined spaces, and I don't have claustrophobia. Like, if I had anything close to that, I think Aaron would have figured out something by now. Like, you seem to be a bit claustrophobic. But I'm not. But like I said, it's just, it's like my anxiety goes out of control and it triggers various other things happening around my body, like unnatural amounts of sweating in weird places. Trying to get a couple quests done while I collect mushroom men. Guys, come here. Sploosh. Septic one. But, and some days I have allergens in the air. I mean, I'm not going to say that I'm completely immune from general allergens. And could I go through one of those prick tests or whatever they're called, the skin tests for allergens? Yeah, but I'm not one of those people that's really keen on having a very direct diagnosis on things, because it's sort of like, oh, well, you're exactly allergic to ragweed, but only of this specific variety. And I'm like, yeah, but how do I fix that? I don't want to move from where I'm at. You know, back in Oregon, they're like, you're allergic to the state. As a joke. Because literally it was like pollen that comes out of everywhere. Bleep, 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 bleep. Bleep, 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 bleep. Yeah. Wish these guys had a speed boost. You have a good relationship with your coaches? Yeah. Yeah, I do. It's, I mean, good relationship. Good relations with the Wookiees I have. Sort of thing. I mean, they're not, you know, they're Europe, you know, they're Dutch, British, two Dutch, British, and German. So they have their own quirky ways about socializing. But as long as you understand that that's how their culture kind of generally does stuff, then, you understand what is friendly within their realm. You know, a lot of Americans come over here to Amsterdam and they're like, oh my God, the Dutch are so rude. I'm like, really?
Only the bravest, almost foolish.
Why do you say the Dutch are so rude? Well, they just tell you how it is. That's a good thing. Guys, that's a good thing. I don't care, Grandmaster Vol. I don't want to do that one either. We're just going to head down to the mall. Mall? Yes, mall. I have to actually fly there. I don't have a portal because I don't have my teleportation network up good. Fuck. Ratza, homegirl, you're the best, but not. You just... Ugh. How can you fly to Tazavesh? Is that a... Right, it's a flight point. Thus, it's an account-wide unlock. Well, Aaron is gonna get burritos ready and whatnot, and I have been drinking a lot of tea. I will be right back while he gets food. I'm gonna go pee while I'm on a flight point. It's a helmet.
Remember, folks, only go away from your computer while flying if you're on a flight point. If you're just flying, stop.
There's only a few places. There's only one place I know that can get away with that.
Which is where? Yeah. Yeah, you can fly off the mountain islands.
Everywhere else has a skybox. So because of the cosmology chart,
Yeah.
I'm actually kind of curious about the Titans and the elemental planes. Like that's just. Can I put my helmet on, please? I'm not gonna. I have to eat dinner, so I'm gonna take it right back off. Yeah. Comes around. Clap. Clap. I can't eat with it on, so yeah. But I did a lot of 2 failure stuff with Gabriel today, so that was fun. Like collapsing onto the hockey field because I can't do any more lunges. Why can't you do any more lunges? Because we were out. Well, we just kept going to failure, even though I couldn't actually physically do his lunges anymore. He was sitting on the sled. Do I have to jump down the middle? Bronza, you open this stuff up. I skip the cinematic stuff. I'm just going to jump down the middle. I don't think she's opened up the weekly for the... Sorry for loudness.
Do you feel the more staring at your mind?
Do not draw the jailers. You know what? I should have jumped into Corthia because I'm actually going to go. Oh, I have a quest. Complete. Unified effort. Huh? Whatever. Bam, bam. Fucking took Matt Peterborg like it was like months ago, and he's like, this music sounds super epic. I'm like, it is. It's the Maw.
It is incredibly epic.
Bam, 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 bam. Yeah, of course I do. I wish my channel was bigger, but after a fashion, there's not much I can do about it. The viewers have free will. You know, people that see my channel have the freedom to subscribe as they wish. They can watch videos, they can comment and do as they want. I can't force people to subscribe. I can't force people to watch. There's a few things I can do. It involves, probably utilizing some sort of Chinese farming technique and give myself sub numbers, but they aren't going to give me anything necessary about the channel. They're not going to give interactions. They're not going to give various other things. I'm going to need more. This is juicy shit. I was thinking about 9 more rolls of paper towels, but okay. But yeah, I do wish my channel was bigger. But, there's things I can do and there's things I can't do. And some of the things I do want to do, or I can do, I don't feel like doing because it's...
There is much to be done.
Awkward. Because it's like, I could every single video, like, share, comment, every video. And it just seems like, I understand the idea of like reminding people to do that stuff because they tune into YouTube and they just sort of like, and they don't like videos, they don't comment, or they watch on they watch on, TV on the PlayStation. It's really hard to actually like a video on there. You have to go into a couple in like a sub menu. You've seen me do it, Aaron. Yeah. It's like, but every football season, the channel gets a little bit bigger. And after a certain point, it'll hit kind of a cascade. It'll get bigger as it gets bigger and blah. Because it happened around 10K. When people were seeing the 10K, they were like, oh, wow, look, this is a really big channel. I better subscribe to it. And I'm like, yes. You know, an impressive number brings in more people. Make a living off my money from YouTube? I can pay for my hobby. I can pay for football. And I can pay for my medical here in the Netherlands. So, yes. I mean, that kind of works. I mean, yeah. Do I make a living? It is possible. I do not quite make what people would consider a living, but it does provide enough money to compensate for a lot of expenses. Oh yeah, they put all the spicy stuff at one end. That's why it was so soaked. I'm gonna have a numb face by the time this is done.
Came through a lot more clearly than usual when I looked over at it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This is where all the spicy stuff was. I'm
You're gonna need a.
I'm gonna sit in her area for a little bit. Healthcare is fine. The doctors seem to be a bit cautious on certain things that I've seen. They tend to be like, do your paracetamol. Yeah, it is. They're like, take a couple paracetamol, call me in the morning sort of thing. But if you request something, they can't really turn you down, but they can be of avoidant nature. I've heard a lot of people talk about the GP issues here in the Netherlands. Well, like once you get to a hospital and you get tests done and all that happy jazz, it's amazing. But getting through the initial level of the house arts is awkward. It's like calling customer service for Xbox. If you can get yourself elevated, you might actually get something done. But you're going to have a phone tree that runs you in circles. Hopefully we'll get down into some cheesy stuff here. I wish they got the feta in there. Oh my God. I love it when they get kind of all the hot stuff in one section of the burrito. Because then my body starts doing the reaction. It's like getting numb lips. As a general question like that, I will say better in the Netherlands. There are specific points where I think the US might actually be better, but the cost here in the Netherlands is so much less that it kind of overpowers the benefits the United States have. They won't be having D&D for a while. One of his players had to go back to Czechia. Permanently or just?
Permanently.
So now they just need to, find a fifth?
No, we're trying to figure out how we can come back here periodically.
Oh, him. Come back here. Okay. I mean, you look at the map of Europe, and you're like, wow, you're in the Netherlands, he's in the Czech Republic. Well, it would take, I think there's a night train we can get to Vienna. The reason it's a night train is because it takes like 12 hours. So you get on board, you find your room, you get set up, you have a dinner, you go into your, like, everything's a sleeping car. You stay in your room, you sleep, you wake up, you have breakfast, and you arrive in Vienna. But if you think about that, Austria, Vienna, Munich area is like 8 to 10 hours train ride. Well, that's fun. Czechia is also over in that area. So they're looking at 10 hours for a train ride. So if he's not driving over, which is still a distance, and the train is running, doing its thing, it's not a day trip per se. It's not Paris. So, yeah, like the level of care in the United States, I think, is probably a little bit higher than it is here. However, it's not worth the price point. If people in the United States were paying as little as I do for the basic healthcare in the United States, it would far surpass the Netherlands. But we've, first of all, have to, in the States, you got to make sure that people are not spending more than $1,000. Like my per month total for the entire year, so it's like 105 or 107, something like that, because I have some extra physical therapy stuff put on there. It's like 1,300 or something, and then the deductible's $385. So, like, my health, I think we figured out my health insurance would never cost me more than about $1,700, something like that, a year. So, yeah. And I know people where like 3,000 is their deductible. I think here it's government mandated it can't be any higher than 385. It can be less.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it cannot be higher than 385. So when I broke my collarbone, I hadn't even been living here for a year. I had all those x-rays and all that doctor care and the entire surgery and the medical plate and all that wonderful stuff that I had 2019. Never cost me more than $2,000. I'm not sweating profusely, actually. I'm just eating hot burritos. I'm eating ghost pepper. I'm not sweating profusely. My shirt isn't even wet. But my body thinks it's overheating because of the ghost pepper. My eyes are tearing up and all that good. Oh, good. So I found out about the Lay's and Doritos thing.
Yeah.
So the Doritos Cool Ranch flavored Lay's chips. Doritos are corn tortillas. Lay's are potatoes. So yes, they are chip flavored chips, but it's a bit different. Basically what they did is they took their Lay's potato chip and threw on the Doritos Locos Tacos flavoring.
Mm.
Hmm. All right. I'm gonna get some of this sour cream down. And over to the Benthera salt. Oh, I mean, I do look a little oily, but that's not sweat. That's just the fact that it's super humid here and I look oily all the time.
Your arrival heralds our victory. Our charge to the fortress. Might you kindly come and advise of the fortress?
A simple trick. No one can say it for most people. Souls will be taken care of.
Speaks to children.
Yep, I got a little bit of hiccup going on now from my thing. But hopefully my nose will stop running. Linebacker and a center. It's my first time playing center, though. I'm a little stressed. Just focus on your snaps. I mean, yeah, blocking, the nose tackle, and all that stuff. But if you like, it doesn't matter how well you block. If you get off a bad snap, it can ruin the whole play. So I'd say focus on that. If you got to, before a game, just get yourself used to snapping with the quarterback. Even if you got to leave the locker room early, just snap for the quarterback while they're doing the easy ups before a game and practice. But as a linebacker, you know how weird the center can be at times. But with the nose tackle coming up right in their face, they're usually pretty busy. Oh, that's 8-Man certainly interesting. I watched, there's a documentary kind of thing on HBO Max, something like that. It's called Texas 8, and it looks super interesting. And I wish that maybe my teammates could watch it, because it would explain a lot about how intricate and important it is to Texas for football that they go down. And they have a whole 8-man league for schools, because the schools are just so small that everyone needs to do it. You need to have a football team, even in a small town. So you do what you can to have a football team. I mean, probably. Can we get HBO Max if we really wanted to, or is it not available in our country?
One can be the other.
No, Paramount Plus can't be utilized here. I've looked. Oh no, it's Coming soon.
I meant of the HBOs.
Oh,
So
right.
there's HBO.
Hello, Connor Bristow. I'm still hiccuping for my burrito. Don't mind me. It's okay, Zane. I'll be here for a couple hours. I'm playing WoW, making sure that I keep myself busy.
HBO Max is the international.
Oh, okay.
And it looks like it might actually also be yeah, it's the US version too. It merged.
Oh, nice.
We
Nice,
aren't
nice.
on the list.
Oh. That one? I'll bring it up in just a second. I'm in combat in WoW, so I'm in kind of a funky area. I need to get to a safe space real quick so that my little homegirl don't die. I'm thinking of putting like 4-4 or like 44 right here or something. I have stickers. I just maybe put it right here. I don't know. I have some stickers. I have some from Sleeves, and I have some that came from Green Gridiron. So I could add these in like on the back, but the ones from Sleeves are bigger. They're fun. So I was thinking about putting that there, but I keep kind of putting it off. He's gone on so far. Had a nice little hiccupy burrito, and now I'm finishing up some stuff on WoW and getting a little bit of, medicine. Sore day out at sled training today, but that, like I said, that was like we just kept going until failure, and it was the point where so the hockey field was very slick due to all the rain, so that's why Gabriel had to sit on the sled. But I was doing like forward lunges with like 130 kilos on it. That's well, I'm a linebacker, like 130 kilos. If you came up and said I weigh 130 kilos to play American football, they're gonna be like, okay, you're gonna be on offensive line. That's just how they do. 130, like 100 kilos is 225. So add a little bit more onto that one. It's like 270, maybe. Bye. I'm not going to get that soul anyway. I'm like, I couldn't say it. Target is not in line of sight. I couldn't say it. Smack. 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 Not quite the routes that we want. Where is it? What's I have to do? I have to shrink enemies. Okay. Yoink. A worthy soul.
The power of Revendreth and Ardenweald united, even the most dreaded of the jail's beasts would fall with ease. However, I did not expect it to be quite so large.
Why? What happened there? You literally sent me through a portal? What? I mean, cool. I need to go through one of them, but huh? Everybody change and repent in Jesus' name, amen. Maybe not. Lunch break over. Catch me on the next one. Bye, Matt. I'm not all up on the G. What is that? The 2,000-year-old fishing club with the praise kink?
Yeah.
2,000-year-old fishing club with the praise kink. Love it.
You are not one of us.
Correct. I have weapons.
That's all that is to that.
Like, I'm waiting to PO the Jesus fan club on TikTok. I mean, I'm not actively trying by going out to their posts and ripping into their stuff, but I'm waiting for them to randomly find some of my stuff. And I'm like, oh my God, man. Because they are the weirdest group. The problem is you all define evil as you guys have a weird definition of the word evil. Like, hell, it could be evil the way I lick sour cream off the lid of a container. Well, that doesn't sound like fun at all. But your whole thing is basically about making others feel bad for stuff you wish you could do. Boom, 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 boom. I do love that. You guys have been saying that for a long time. Y'all have been saying Jesus is coming for a long time. Starting to sound like one of those abusive relationships where I was like, oh no, he'll be good. He's a good guy on the inside. I just need to wait a little bit longer. He'll turn away from his evil ways. He's a good guy on the inside. Well, no, it's not coming. He's not going to turn good. Pretty soon, you just have to leave them behind. Because they don't want to leave their abusive relationship. It's comforting. Like, I don't know why Homegirl hasn't put that on a shirt or a tote bag. If she had a Teespring and had a 2,000-year-old fishing club with a praise cake on a tote bag, I'd buy it and I'd go shopping with it. Put the beer down, change and repent. Yeah, bro, beer is evil to you. That right there. Beer is evil to you, but apparently wine is not, especially when it's disguised as the blood. Or whatever. Boing, boing. I do love this thing though. They're just so hoppy. The death rocks. The slaughter claws or whatever. Boing, boing. And Jesus pulls up in what? A buggy? He's gonna pull up on a fucking with a Felix? Shit. If Jesus pulls up in a Felix, I will probably be like, bro, where'd you get the money to rent one of those damn things? Because you know he's not gonna be driving no damn car. Jesus you guys think is coming is not the one that would be coming. You fetishized a dude from a historical document, from a historical fiction document, and now you think like that's like it's fucking weird. And y'all just don't see it. And I wish Zachary were here right now. Right now! Summon Zachary! I made a joke. I was like, what's up, Zachary? Is that how they pronounce it in Dutch? I'm like, no, I was making a Star Trek 5 joke. And he says, I rolled my eyes so hard, I'm surprised my house didn't flip. And I was like, careful, you don't want to summon those people. They might actually do it. Jesus is so real. Oh. You have a book, a single book that says shit about this guy. I have a book that tells me that Satan is the good guy. Satan actually cares about people, that it was Yahweh that ordered the angels to their death to build a sanctuary from the chaos. Satan was not going to make the angels sacrifice their lives to build a sanctuary for the future of heaven. So when he and his kind said, no, we're all for worker rights, Yahweh, God, said, no, you're going to go away because we're basically going to, make, and since that didn't happen, since the workers revolted, what did God do? He decided to break open heaven itself to bring about the end times, because if he couldn't have heaven, no one could. Look what beer is doing to your book. I'm literally giving you the synopsis of a book, and you don't like it. So you think beer is going to my brain. My husband over there is just... No, I know exactly where the book is at. I'm not... Okay. What I'm saying is I have a book that says one thing. He has a book that says another. I know. Hey, stop cursing, please. It's very bad. No, it's not.
When did you curse?
I don't even know. That's how evil we are. We don't even know when we curse. are you doing? What the fuck are you? I literally had a trapped soul in like an egg sac. I've never seen that before. Have you ever seen like a pustule sac?
No.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. When did you swear? Gee, I wonder why. When I swear, I was probably saying something in WoW. And, yeah, I don't care. If Jesus and God are real, then they can pronounce judgment on me. I don't know why his followers feel the need to pronounce judgment upon others. I thought it was supposed to all be about God's judgment. Y'all need to let others do as they please and let your guy do what you expect him to do. Unless you think you can do it better, and then you kind of... What if I just keep saying the word curse? Curse, curse, curse. Curse, 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 curse. Curse of weakness. Curse of tongues.
Curse of agony.
Curse of agony. Curse of malice. That's not right. What are some D&D curses?
I think I reduced it just to curse.
I didn't want the warlocks to get confused. We are star stuff. We are born and created through the complex intertwining of matter. But I can completely understand how that seems ridiculously complex for something that doesn't have a brain to actually do. So obviously something with a brain had to cause it to happen. And it's just logical. I mean, you know, without a brain, that's kind of the whole idea about, you know, the creationism myths, is the fact that you have to be smart to create something smart. Nothing just happens random chance. It has to be planned. And if it's not planned, then it has to be planned. It's the stupidest stuff. Bam! Rock. Give me your damn soul. I mean, half of creationism is solved by biology. The other half is solved by geology.
Yeah, it's just bestow curse.
Bestow curse, that's what they have in... Jeez. It's so bad. They made warlocks so easy.
Oh, it's wizard spell, I think, not a warlock.
Oh. Hotfordama. I saw that smirk on your mouth. I'm gonna go down and talk to homegirl, sell a bunch of this stuff. Open up that chest. Jesus ain't real, how are we here? Jesus didn't create us. According to your guys' book of myths, God did, not Jesus. Don't mix up your myths now.
Come to trade, or to waste your breath.
Don't waste your breath. Whatever.
Trust not in the more.
Oh. Fear ain't good for you. Satan doing this to you? Nah. I've watched Lucifer. Satan's cool. Satan lets us do what we want. Satan gives us freedom. That's probably why most of the United States doesn't actually have freedom. It's because they fear it. You're not allowed to have freedom. And God's favorite people. Because if you had freedom, you'd know how well you're being punished. Wait.
My code's not working. I don't know why.
Well, that's because Jesus died on the cross for you. That's why your code's not working. He sent us all into this life of slavery. Bow down before your masters or suffer eternal punishment. Like it just sounds so crazy. Like they don't hear it. It's so bad. It's so sad. You guys don't hear yourself. You're basically, you desire to be persecuted. Like you're jealous of Jesus. Put me on the cross, Daddy. Nail me, Daddy. Ugh. The more I say stuff like that, the more it seems weird. Jesus washed away our sins with his blood. He don't have that much blood. He does not have that much blood. I tell you what. Because y'all just don't, you talk in circles. Fucking love that there's just like random techno music playing in this fucking city anywhere you go.
Mm-hmm.
But according to some people, this is a hellscape of a city. It needs to repent for its sins of techno music and freedom. What's up, Daniela? We got a God bro in here. I think it's kind of cool. He's trying to do the preachy beachy thing. I'm just like, bring it. God is so good. He's the reason you woke up eating those chips.
I promise you, he didn't wake up eating those chips.
Oh boy, it is 9:25 at night. I woke up and beat him so that I'm like, bro, you gotta make me bacon.
That's right. We had pork for breakfast.
Oh right, we had pork. Und bite speck. Und bite speck. Stop cursing, please. I love you. Mortal strike. Mortal strike. Maybe if you if you changed your definition of what a curse word is, I'd stop cursing. Well, it's true. His definition of a curse word is what's making his experience bad. Broke, got broke. Why is it light outside? Because it's 9:30. It's
and we live in a northern climate, like super northern.
It's only July. God gave his only begotten son, and whoever believes in him will be saved. From what? Why is this world so terrible for you guys? You need to be saved from it. Jesus Christ, enjoy life. Don't feel persecuted by everything out there. No wonder you guys are so sad. Yeah, that's why it's light outside. It's 9:30. Sunset doesn't. When is sunset? In 3 minutes. Oops. My bad.
I mean, it's still pretty light out.
It's still pretty light out, but still, like, the sun hasn't even set yet.
But he does not. Where have you gone, Miss Wright? This is a matter of some. I will meet you in the rooms. Thank you for your assistance.
What is? Do you realize you drunk, girl? Please put the beer down and change. I am not drunk. I am not drunk. I've been drunk, but I'm not right now. I have freedom. Even Americans are the best sometimes. What's up, Easton? How's everything going with you? Start a Christian channel. No. No. that would get me so I couldn't even honestly do that one with a straight face, and not much I do straight anyways. I even run curvy lines through my gap. I always give my coaches a weird look. Just go in the A gap. Go straight in the A gap. As straight as you can. Thank you. Oh, you guys don't have pads on yet? I know that 7-on-7 is slightly ending around in much of the United States. I'm seeing the TikToks as people are celebrating getting a helmet and they're getting pads tomorrow, or they're getting them on Sunday, or pads come back and they're going to start hitting on Mondays or something like that. It's a bunch of stuff. If I celebrate Christmas, I mean, what kind of Christmas do you want me to celebrate? The materialistic capitalist one, or the one that involves the birthday where the guy didn't actually have his birthday? Like, there's a lot of Christmases. There's even Yule. I mean, I don't really celebrate much any holidays, not even my own birthday, so. There's that. You're in the championship tomorrow for 7-on-7? You guys have a championship for 7-on-7? Oh, that makes my little linebacker heart hurt. Homeboy, you are starting to sound like a Terabad cleric from D&D. Call it lawful stupid. Repent! Repent! Stop cursing and change. Like, I think he's calling my saying damn is cursing, which is way hilarious.
Especially considering what else you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, there's probably other things I'm saying, but he's probably also he's probably also pretty bothered by if I said dyke. Hang on, let's all go hang out at the dike. So you guys have championship coming up tomorrow. Is it against a tough team? Sometimes people go into championships and they're like, yeah, this is going to be a breeze. But you actually have a real challenge. Same people that believe in Judgment Day are the same people that believe dragons eat babies. Like, come on. It's a dragon. Dragons aren't real. They're a myth. Yet it's in your book of Revelations. Dragon and the baby. Dragon and the child. Whatever the translation is calling it these days. That's what I'm saying. Like, is your opponent like an actual challenge or whatnot? Because like I said, I've seen multiple people get into playoffs and like the first round of playoffs is like, whatever, what's going on here? Oh, best team in Indiana. That's nice. We got Jesus person in here. We got Easton from Indiana. Really wish Zachary were here right now. He'd be eating all of this up. Empowered Ravager. Godspeed to you tomorrow. I will most likely be well, actually no. Because their thing tomorrow will be the afternoon for us. We'll probably be eating out at Tomatillo during that time. No, that would be 5. If he's in Indiana, that's Central Time. So that would put him 5 behind us. So, I mean, if he has it at noon, huh? 7. So that could be at 10 in the
6.
Yes. So it'd be 7 behind us. So that would be, if we were eating at 5 o'clock at Tomatillo, that would put it at 10 a.m. It's feasible to have a 7-on-7 championship before the heat really hits.
Yeah. Gonna run the dishwasher. Got anything over there?
No. Homeboy, I got a whole bunch of DM requests of a bunch of guys that also say they love me. So God and Jesus can just get in line.
God or Jesus subscribe to OnlyFans.
If Jesus had an OnlyFans, he would donate all that money to charity. He'd be like Konzo. He would just, he'd be building an animal sanctuary.
If they like subscribe to people's OnlyFans.
Mm-hmm.
And they love some people.
And they do love a lot of people. They probably have an own. They probably do that.
Please, I need assistance. The archivist must be rescued. All of our fates depend on it.
Why? I mean, I could roughly ask you guys the same question. Why do you believe in him? I mean, it's perfectly fine to have a belief, but it's not okay to start chastising other people for not doing the same thing you do. And that's what a lot of people in the Jesus fandom do. And that's really all it is. It's just Jesus. It's just a fandom full of a bunch of toxic people. Prove it. Prove it without utilizing a single that. Prove it without that book. Because that's the only proof most of y'all have for it. For anything you say is out of one book. And like I was explaining earlier, I got a book on a shelf over there that says a lot of weird things about stuff. I mean, according to the single book theory, you know, there's a one ring somewhere in this world, somewhere near the middle of it, I think. But yeah, and it can control the hearts of man. So I mean, like, then God can make his presence known and actually prove he exists rather than relying on a bunch of people to do his bidding for him. If he's so powerful, why? Oh, right, because the covenant. That's the other thing. The Ark of the Covenant.
What remains of it? Thank the purpose you are setting for the lost. To the interpreter of the covenant. Fear not, pursuit. Mind its own.
I mean, go one extra step further, and I mean, assume it is true and God made me. Why are you so angry at the way I'm acting? If God made me and God is infallible, then why are you angry about one of God's creations? Why are you trying to fix God's creation? Unless he did it wrong. Homeboy, I am 40 years old. It is going to take me more than the beers I have in this apartment to get me drunk. Saying bad things because the Jesus fandom is hella toxic. People ask, why don't you believe in Jesus? I'm like, because it's just not my thing. And then the chiding happens. And the education. Well, as long as you just, you know, and then it just doesn't fucking stop. just this endless trying to fix a mistake. Most of what I said is not necessarily about God. It's about the fandom. The fandom doesn't believe in freedom.
Such a calamity.
It's one of the weirder things about the whole dang thing. Very American to say my way or the highway. Jesus loves you people even found real proof about Jesus on white? White what? White TikTok? Because that's problematic in and of itself if you're going to start talking about that stuff.
YT, YouTube.
Oh, YouTube. People are going back to that acronym. Okay. I know he does. Christ.
Such horror. Yes, mortal.
What happens when Trump is not on the ballot because it's not profitable for his capitalistic ways? Like that was the thing years ago. People are like, Trump is very religious. I'm like, you have no idea who that guy is. If you think Trump is religious, you have no idea who you're voting for. And you are gullible as, oh, God damn. Stop watching violence. I'm literally taking a two-handed axe to undead creatures. This is literally the most religious thing I do in this damn game right now. I am attacking the bad guys that are taking souls from the world and damning them for eternity. This is right up your guys' alley. She just is like 3 feet tall and has a sexual fetish for axes. She's weird. We agree with this. I think Easton came in here originally to talk about football, but then we heard talking about the kink fetish or the praise kink, and yeah, things got a little bit weird because I'm not worried about pronouncing that name. It looks hella Polish. I guess. Like I look at it, and I'm just like, it looks like it has enough Z's to make it pretty Polish. Something like that. I don't know. No. I will never be able to turn away from your definition of evil because, well, I married your version of evil.
Hi.
Hell, half this country is atheist. You have no power over here. They realized that being religious is anti-human. So they kind of got rid of the whole religion thing and realized, let's treat people good. Husband.
No wonder we did this. It's no work from my son.
That was subtle as fuck. I will say this much about drinking is what little I have. I'm becoming less and less subtle. The fact that you are so you're just so bent out of shape about beer, it kind of just tickles me. I'm like, go, bro. I think it's funny is that so many folks will actually come into a live stream and they'd rather argue than just report and move on. Like, folks don't know how to do that anymore. They gotta argue. They gotta get their way. They gotta win. Instead of just moving on. I'm gonna spell reflect your next ping spike, bro. Blam! Sucker on your own shit, dude. It's plenty of proof people have dreams about Judgment Day. Are they good dreams or bad dreams? Because I could see a lot of people having some pretty questionable dreams about that. Just been like, yes, yes, Daddy Jesus, judge me, and stuff like that. Like, I've never understood the whole idea of Judgment Day. Like, why are you guys seeking the literal death, the ending of humanity? There's only a certain number that can actually be saved according to that book. You guys are trying to save everyone, but it goes against your own actual book. Not everyone is going to be saved. You're just hoping to be in the good graces. You don't actually know what qualifies, except for what your book says. And other people who have Judgment Day mythos also have a book that says things.
A quiet place of retreat. Yet, this flood of hope further searching provides another means. This is from the sanctuary of...
Because that's an offensive line number. Besides, Martine has it. I will completely let Martine keep 69. Totally fine. Probably way more into it than I am. Damn Stormhammer. Don't be throwing all that stuff all over the place. Execute spam. Who said I was angry? And plus, this not me doing this. It's the Holy Spirit, God confronting you, bro. No, whatever.
We can help.
What a way to deflect blame. No, it's not me. It's the Holy Spirit. Of course. It's always someone else. Come on. Come on. Not my fault. I'm innocent. Don't hurt Will me. I'm just a messenger. Don't shoot the messenger. Come to the people in the United States and 3 gold medals in the shooting events. Don't shoot the messenger, but Americans. God talks to you? Never heard it. I don't even know if he's a tenor, baritone, or a bass. I don't know. Maybe he speaks in contrabassoon. That could be fun. Problem is you don't have proof. You want it to be real, so you seek validation from others, but you don't actually have anything that you know of as real. I can pick up a beer bottle and say, this beer bottle is real. I can drop the beer bottle and say, gravity is real. I can look at my 2 eyeballs in a mirror and say, evolution is real.
You know that was right.
But that's the thing. I can say I'm an elephant. It doesn't mean I'm an elephant. Just because you say God's real doesn't make it real. You need to back up. Extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. And you have a book that has been so mistranslated over the years, you don't actually know what it really said. People have Bible study, but it's really just a circle jerk. Sorry, spiritual circle jerk. I don't think you guys have actually seen your dicks in a while.
We wrestle.
There's much to be done.
Renown 43, Meritless Soulbind unlocked. I'm gonna go do that one. I'm like, wait a second, that's actually a good one. She uses Merileth. Where are you? Come on, Hearthstone. Oh yeah, she gets the angry thing in front of her. Guys, I have so much stuff to turn in. Smack! Replenish the reservoir. Another emblem of renown. I'm like, yeah, but I just got 1 emblem of renown, so I probably should turn in more. 4,000. I should probably get the transportation network just for I don't doubt it. Emily, Soulbind, Row unlocked. Flying mount acquired. Ring, ring. Aldraxian corpse fly harness. Ugh. Sure, I'll put it on my bar. Just take piercing hell off my bar. I don't even use it. Yeah, I think he left. He just kept going with God is real, God is real, God is real. I'm like, the mantras.
Yeah.
Denying the drought? Unlock rank 2 of all 4 covenant upgrades. You already upgraded? You take like an hour, don't you? Adaptive armor fragment. No. Crash the ramparts. I mean, that's just flat damage increase. When Blade Storm ends, Whirlwind. No. Crash the ramparts. Wait. Conqueror's Banner increases strength by 13%. Nah, I'll keep them. Emily. We'll put veterans spike on you. Standing still for 5 seconds. The next time you move nearby ally. No. Resilient stitching. Sure. Okay. Right, let's open this chest. Bam. I love the fact that when you open those chests and you have things that are sub 200, it just gives you like 6 of them. Oh, look at it. I got 3 out of that chest. Yeah, it'll upgrade them all to like 200. It's like Raleigh didn't get a single one out of that when he opened his first chest, but then afterwards it was, but like Kenoru got like 6 different conduits in one day. I was like, It's 10 o'clock. All we got right now is 2 people watching. You're one of them. Probably the other one is Homeboy. Honor toll gavel. That's a cute hammer. Ending stream now.